Hey everybody, welcome to College Hacked. I'm Dr. Clifford Stummy, the guy who runs this whole program, and this is Dr. Lauren Daly, the chief breadwinner is what we're going to go with.
I like that one.
And we're here to answer your questions. We actually have great news about another giveaway that we'll be talking about somewhere in this video. A giveaway of a consultation, I should explain. And until then, we're going to just go through questions that you guys have asked. We've basically gone and looked through some of our videos that we've posted recently and some of our more popular videos, and we've pulled questions from each of those. So this first one comes from the video 5 Best Reasons to Go Back to College for Busy Adults. And the first question is Lisa Brookbank 3924. I have an ADN in nursing. How fast and cheap can I expedite a BSN? And you're the medical person. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so an ADN is an associate's degree in nursing. These come in 2 flavors. Sometimes you get an ADN that includes the RN license, so the whole goal is to get you licensed with an RN at the end of it. And sometimes they come without the licensure part of it. They just prepare you for the NCLEX and then they leave you at that point. They're like, good luck. So if you have the RN already, then you can jump to a BSN program in pretty much any online school. Like a lot of schools do that. Purdue Global does it. Liberty does it.
Thomas Edison
does
Yep.
it. I think pretty much every school almost on our list besides UMPI. And then if you don't have the RN already, that's a lot more complex. Then we would recommend WGU because they have the built-in RN to BSN. So they'll get you the RN part of it with local partners that they have in various states and that kind of thing. So usually 2 years or less, depends on if you have the RN or not.
Okay, nice. Patrick Balthazar. I got 20 months left on my GI Bill. I already have 21 credits. List a bunch of credits. Do you all think it's possible to finish an accounting degree in less than 20 months? Please, don't waste my time with such elementary matters.
I started nodding before you answered, and then it sounded like you were going to say no, and I was like, how long's it been since you've done a consultation?
Yeah, no, you can do an associate or an accounting degree in 20 months. I mean, somebody who was really putting the work in could do it in like 9
to 12, yeah.
9 to 12,
I'd say
yeah.
9 to 12. If you're putting in more than 20 hours a week, then you can start dropping them below a year, but I think it's pretty safe to say a year. Accounting has some complex, there's like a lot of software-y things that you have to do and charts and things like that, which makes it a little bit more to hack than something that's just papers or whatever. But
sure. Yeah, but yeah, no, you can definitely do it quickly. UMPI, WGU, and then probably like Liberty or Thomas Edison, I think are all really good options to go super quick for that. Okay, moving on to another video, 5 dangerous reasons to go to college. We have a bunch of comments from that one that we want to go over too. This first one is Pets Lover, and I think we included this one because I was just so confused. Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven, whoever Steven
is. We don't know who Steven is. Pets Lover, if you're out there. I mean, we really want to know who Steven is. I recently watched a couple of your videos on YouTube about competency-based education. I did some research at institutions like UMPI and WGU, but I couldn't find the exact information I needed. Graduated from high school 4 years ago. Now I want to pursue computer science with cybersecurity. I'm in the UK, and it seems that WGU is only for US-based students, so I cannot apply there. You mentioned in one of your videos that UMPI is good for GPA, but I would like some advice on an accredited institution where I can apply to earn my Bachelor's of Science in Computers or BSc in a shorter period of time. First off, is BSc... I don't think any of our schools really offer BSCs, right?
Not really. Sometimes people just write that to mean Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science, but that has a different meaning in different places. Okay. I think Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity is what he means here. But,
gotcha. Yeah, honestly, I would say that any of the schools that we talk about in our top 7 colleges for busy online adults would work. I think Purdue Global has an IT
they have cyber
degree. With cyber
they
or
just have a straight up cyber. They're actually one of the only schools that has straight up cyber.
That is nice. So you could think about that. I don't think it's like computer science with cybersecurity. Like it's just straight up cybersecurity. That's right. Yeah. But Liberty, Thomas Edison, SNHU. Thomas Edison is kind of my favorite school for computer science.
WGU.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't do WGU, it's great because you can just fly through that. And little known secret, though I might have posted this video already, UMPI is actually working on releasing a computer science based video, and if I have released that video already, I will try to put it. I can't put it over Lauren's face because of the way YouTube works. I'll probably put it in the comments or in the description, and then you can read about it and see if that's an option for you. But for the meantime, I think Thomas Edison is the best. TJ Blanchard, when I get my degree, will I get laser vision? Will I be able to fly? Can I punch through walls? Big Ed would like you to think so.
Why else would you get a degree? Of course.
I mean, if you're going to spend $200,000 on a college degree as an 18-year-old, you better be getting the ability to shoot lasers out of your eyes. Yeah. No?
If you could pick a power, what would it be? A superpower?
Ooh. I think super speed has always been my favorite.
Oh, very
super
nice.
Speed. Yeah. What about you?
Probably like immortality, so I can keep doing really irresponsible activities and just not worry about dying.
Man, yeah, that kind of fits you. That fits you really well. And here I am thinking I can go super fast. I can get more work done. That would be great. That's kind of
very you. Those were both very us.
That's basically who we are.
I
Yeah. Luis Garcia, could you do a video on hacked associate's degrees that completed almost instantly? I saw there was something about the BOG Board of Governors Associate's degree at Pierpont Community College is a no-go now for out-of-state students. Yeah.
I'm so sad about that. I'm truly devastated. I learned about that maybe like 6 months before it ended up going away. We can't take credit for that one disappearing. That one had like a wiki page long before we were onto that one, so that one's not our fault technically. But
yeah, we didn't make it so popular that like
Right.
people flooded it, but people did flood it.
people did flood it, and I'm surprised it took them this long to revoke that right to everybody. But it sounds like now it's going to be only in-state students. So if you're not in West Virginia, then the Pierpont AA and the BOG won't work for you. But there really isn't another great associate's degree like that. There was nothing like that on the market that I'm aware of. So we're actually crowdsourcing you at this point. Does anybody out there know of really fast associate's degrees with very lax transfer requirements?
In the meantime, keep in mind that most associate's degrees at big online schools are only going to require 75% or 25% in school. So 45 credits of hacking, 15 credits of classes. I mean, most people could knock that out in under 6 months. It's not instant, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
not
definitely
super slow.
a better option. I do like Liberty. They have the option to do an AA in passing. So all of their
Oh,
degrees
sure,
are built
yeah.
where like basically you do half the degree and you've earned an AA. It's just up to you whether you confer it or not. So most people will just go straight and do the bachelor's and they won't confer the AA, but you can confer it for an extra like $150 or something ridiculous. So
Oh, there you go. That yeah, and I remember we actually, when we were working at Liberty, we would help a lot of people get their AAs
Yep.
conferred in passing.
yeah, for Interdis, yeah.
Yeah. eSneakers13, have you guys heard of anyone successfully transferred? Actually, to go back to that question, I'm imagining some of these students who we helped, would they then go on and like go to commencement twice and like do their
They
associates? They could, and I'm imagining people wanting to.
Yeah.
But I'm also like asking like, why would
Why?
you like the reason to not do the associates is so there was no pressure to go to commencement twice because commencement was the worst
Pressure.
thing.
Some people love commencement. You have to think we worked commencement. So
Yeah.
that was different. It's different.
Yeah, at commencement, guys, especially at Liberty, with it being such a huge school and having such a huge area and having such awful parking at the time that we worked there, you would have we would get there at like 7 a.m. and eat in the dining hall and then just try to survive the rest of the day. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't wait for the buses. You had to walk up the giant
And it's
hills.
the heat of summer, right? It's getting really hot and humid out there. A lot of professors slept in their offices. Were you ever part of those discussions? People would sleep
had
in their
not.
offices.
I think I'd heard of some people doing that though. Yeah.
Couches and stuff. And I
Yeah.
thought about it, but it was just like too much. And I always pretty much had family there or friends or something. So
That seemed dramatic. Like you could get there at 7. Like if you didn't have a problem waking up a little bit early.
buy a coffee at Panera, put your receipt in your windshield so that you didn't get towed from that parking lot. And
I
walk
didn't
the
know about
tunnel.
that hack.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it was a big deal. Like there was a tunnel from the main like shopping area, just like street up to campus, and so a lot of people would try to park down there to get free parking and walk through the tunnel to get to classes.
Yeah.
And apparently some faculty too.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Okay.
Well, I was, so I don't know if anybody else was, but I have to assume.
And yeah, I did not know. That is genius.
It's a hack.
You're like, okay.
They
cool.
started charging for parking. I was like, I work here. I don't. No, that's no.
That is a discussion. It's I wish that our channel included residential just so we could dedicate a video to how stupid it is to charge your employees for parking.
Oh my goodness. I'd
And
have
to
some
make it
cases.
hard, like I was a 5-minute drive from work.
Yeah.
But I would spend like 15 minutes on campus
Right,
trying to get to my
circling,
office.
trying to-
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
All right. eSneakers13. Have you guys heard of anyone successfully transferring Sophia credits to a Cal State University or UC University?
Nope, they don't have
No.
to. They don't want to.
Not personally. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially these schools that they have like a limited number of students they can accept. They want those students to be there for all 4 years if they
Yeah,
can, or
for
at least
sure.
3 years, or at least 2 if somebody goes to community college. But they don't want to trade their professors who they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to. Probably not each, but like
Probably each.
tens of thousands, like over $100,000 to sometimes over $200,000. They don't want to trade that for Sophia courses. All right. She graduated college super fast. Here's how was the next video that we looked for questions under. And Ryu Ronan, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Congrats on the master's. This may be an uncommon question, but as a USMC vet, U.S. Marine Corps, 5 years active duty, I'm looking into getting a bachelor's degree before I actually need it. I'm in the IT world now, 5 years of experience. I have work experience developing software and managing company assets and overhaul network management. I'm considering a couple majors, but I am leaning towards a math degree. I think it'll help me think more critically to solve issues on the fly. My question is, are there transfer-friendly math degrees out there? I'm looking into Liberty, UMPI, etc. Would love to hear your thoughts, and thank you for helping many people in the college world.
Yeah, some come to mind immediately. I'm thinking Thomas Edison. I'm pretty sure they have a solid transferable math, like just straight up liberal arts math, which sounds weird because math is not an art, but it is technically a liberal art. If you look back at the 7 domains, yeah, the way the Renaissance basically organized human knowledge, like basically I think math was,
which, if we've never talked about it before, that's actually where Chipotle degrees come from. A lot of people don't know that the original college was liberal arts degrees, because you would just learn a little bit of everything. You weren't subspecializing like we do now. So people are like, what are these new age? This is the original college.
Oh yeah, and you're totally right, and that comes back from like an era when people cared about learning, like that's why you went to college.
Yeah.
And very few professions required college. Like if you were going to be a scholar, a doctor, a lawyer, or a minister, like those are the areas where you would actually need any kind of a college degree, and everybody else kind of just shut up and didn't make up stupid rules about needing a bachelor's degree to be able to wipe your nose for our business. And yeah, like college and learning was just about like enriching yourself and taking part in, human culture. Yeah. It was really cool. I wish I could have gone to school then.
Right.
Yeah, I was looking up, I'm pretty sure it's under Bachelor of Arts, and they do have natural sciences mathematics, and they have a mathematics degree. Does Liberty have an online math degree?
Liberty's tough with math because there's only like 3 total math classes they'll allow to be hacked. Okay. And for the math degree, there's only really 2 that plug in there because the other ones are too lower level to even be in there. And so the entire major is not hackable because they're all math. Same with their computer science. CSIS is not a prefix that Liberty will allow any hacking for. So math, and those go together for them. Their computer science degree is actually computational mathematics and computer science. You can't just have a computer science major at Liberty. So it's a rough one to do at Liberty, but they do have the degree. You can hack the free electives, which there's almost none of, and you can hack the general education, which there's about 30 credits of, and that's almost it.
Okay. So that's an option, but not a good one.
Yeah, it won't
be
fully
an awful one
anywhere, I don't think, really. Yeah, I'd probably say build your own degree, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think this is a good point, too, is like a lot of people, when they're getting a math degree, I think more than most bachelor's degrees, you probably are applying for a job that says they want some kind of background in math. So let's just say, for sake of argument, you need a math degree. You're not going to be able to hack all of it anywhere except for maybe Thomas Edison, but you should be able to hack part of it at SNHU, or like a good chunk of it, because they have a decent, general education area, and I'm scrambling to pull up their BA in mathematics right now. General education, 42 credits, most of which can be hacked. Major courses, 21.
Yeah, they've got those 4
electives,
classes
21.
if they're starting from scratch in the gen ed. So.
And then 45 credits of free electives.
Nice. Okay, that's a solid free elective for
SNHU
math,
is also a really good option for math.
Yeah, nice.
Munich BXB 5905.
Look how many pleases are coming.
Hey, sir, please make a video on the list of colleges that accepts nationally credited degrees for master's or for second bachelor's transfer. Honestly, I think this is kind of outside the scope of what we do, since our goal is to try to help people earn accredited regional bachelor's degrees. We don't really focus on masters. We sometimes do a video every once in a while, and we really spend very little time talking about nationally accredited degrees, unless we're talking about U of the People, which, that's a whole can of worms we'll have to open.
I was going to say, what are you going to say about that?
Yeah. Let's just summarize it by saying that I'm less bullish on U of the People. They used to say that they were one of the few nationally accredited, not regionally accredited schools that I was like, oh, you know what? There's something going on here. Like, this is kind of cool. Free tuition, interesting learning model. But after I got some insider news from somebody who worked there after he quit because he didn't feel good about it. Yeah, I like U of the People a whole lot less.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. I've pretty much only heard bad things. I will say Liberty University, South College, and Edgewood have been known to accept nationally accredited credits or bachelor's degrees. So I would start there and see if any of the 3 of those will let you in with the bachelor's that you already have, it sounds like. Otherwise, I would definitely, if you're starting from the beginning and you're targeting a new school, then definitely target a regionally accredited school. Most of the time, especially people from other countries, tend to, for some reason, think that nationally accredited degrees are less expensive. But a lot of times that's not true, because we've got options like UMPI is basically $6,000 for a fully hacked, regionally accredited bachelor's degree. So yeah, anyways, I would challenge your thinking on that, and maybe depending on your situation, look into those schools.
Okay, yeah. No video coming, but if you clip what Lauren just said and upload it to YouTube, that can be your video. Megan, is that May Egan? Anyway, very cool name. Friends 6678. How can I hack a music degree? Music degrees are a tough one.
So tough.
They are pretty tough because a lot of times music degrees, I mean, if there's any degree program that has really stuck with the spirit of learning for the sake of learning,
Elitism.
it's music elitism. Or learning because you enjoy it. You like a topic.
But you know how those,
two
like,
sides of a
faculty
snooty
are?
coin right here.
Music faculty tend to be very particular about what they want
Yeah.
you to learn, and no incomplete view of music is going to be enough to give you like the
You
real
got to learn
experience.
every note of every Beethoven
love it.
song.
So basically, the bottom line is just pick a school where the general education and the free electives, though you won't have any, are hackable, and then that way, that's about the best you can do.
Yep. That is good advice. And it's more than likely going to be difficult to find an online music degree
Yes.
because there have to be so many practices and trainings. Now,
They have labs and stuff that you do. Yeah.
there might be like an online music theory degree somewhere or commercial music or music marketing, like things that are music adjacent
Yes.
available online.
Definitely music adjacent.
And there are music degrees online, but they, are usually very expensive.
I'm not sure that would be really worth your while. Yeah. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, I would probably do like a business backup degree or something. And anyway, use case, it matters a lot for that one.
Denise Johnson 4037. Hey, do you know anything about Portage Learning? Yeah, it's like Sophia, but I want to know if it's worth it. I am not super familiar with it, but I do know that it's not accepted nearly as widely as Sophia. Did you have something else you wanted to throw on that?
Yeah, so Portage is the main provider of online science credit for health professions programs. So they're the ones that usually, if like an acupuncture program or even pre-nursing sometimes, they'll ask if you say, oh, can I do any of my prereqs online for your program? If they say yes, they're almost always going to tell you to do Portage. So they have kind of like a niche place in the market. They offer almost all the same things that Study does, and they're a lot more expensive. It's a few $100s per course. So there's really no reason that we would ever recommend them unless it was very specific to the use case. So this comes up every so often, but in our world of hacking to the extreme and mostly not doing licensed like health professions things, it's going to make more sense to do Study rather than Portage.
Okay. Yeah. I did not know a whole bunch about Portage. I'm so glad that you were here. Yeah. In case you haven't learned, the fact that Lauren basically hacked a bachelor's degree with interdisciplinary studies that then enabled her to get accepted into a couple of different med schools means, along with other things, and her biomed master's degree, and working. Did you ever you worked with the School of Medicine? Which orthopedic
Yeah, I was the pre-med
medicine?
advisor at first for
You were
the
the pre-med
undergrads.
advisor,
I worked
yeah.
with their School of Health Sciences, and then I worked for a couple of different medical schools doing curriculum and stuff for them, and then I did like student learning experience and stuff at Liberty's Med School for a minute.
If you're ever wanting to go somewhere medical and you sign up for a consultation with us, you need to hope and pray that you get Lauren assigned as your advisor. And honestly, if it does somehow come to me, I'll probably be like, ooh, you can talk to me if you want, but I'm going to be texting Lauren after every meeting to just check on a couple of things.
That happens sometimes, and it warms my heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good, he does need me for some things.
Infrequent. I have 62 Sophia credits and 39 through military. JST, I was about to enroll with LUO because of their military-friendly rates, but I don't get how can you finish a degree from LUO that quick if they don't have any programs like your pace from what I'm tracking. Basically competency-based where you're able to go through at your own pace and you just take as many classes as you can one after the other. If I enroll, I would have to take about 48 major credits that aren't hackable. How can you finish that quick with their 8-week programs with cap on credits? Okay, so I don't think he says what major he wants to get.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the fact of the matter is that there are going to be certain majors that are going to be more hackable or less hackable than others. If you're doing interdisciplinary studies, yeah, like the major is 48 credits, but you can hack, up to half of that. And then, you have to take 30 credits from the school. No matter what, you're going to have to take at least 30 credits from the school. But 48 credits, I mean, even still, for the kind of degree you're going for, it depends. Like, that might actually be really good. Like, if you're going for, let's say, it's something like sport management, let's say, typically there's no way to hack major areas in a sport management degree. And so only having 48 credits to take at the school is actually really good. It means that, either the major area is a little bit smaller, you were super efficient elsewhere, or you were really lucky in getting some transfer credits evaluated into the major area. Now, you could ask for better. You could switch your major, but you really need to be planning backwards. And so more important than finishing quickly for most people is actually ending up where they're trying to go. So if you need a particular major to get there, then you got to be strategic about that. If you don't, interdisciplinary studies and, some of the more hackable degrees, like I think history at Liberty is pretty hackable. Their basic business used to be more hackable. Yeah, those would be the ones that primarily come to mind.
Spring to mind, yeah, for sure. It all depends on the major there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the 8-week long class thing. So if you can get down to 10 classes, then you can get done in 6 months at the school with those 10 classes. So that's really where our math is coming from on that. But that is, again, only select majors.
Yeah. And I would say, too, like, I've seen people knock out 4 classes at a time in an 8-week term. So if you've got 48 credit hours that you have to do, that's like 16 classes?
They'll cap you in the semester, though.
what
So
am
you
I
can
doing
only
wrong?
do 18 credits total, even if you do more than 3 in an 8-week term.
Oh, because they overlap.
Yeah, unless you
Oh,
get permission,
yeah, that makes
which
sense.
is tough to do.
Okay. So if you could take 8 classes in fall, 4 and 4, and then you took 8 classes in the next term, I mean, that would be 2 semesters to knock out 48 credit hours, and you'd be hecka busy.
But you're still doing more than they'll allow you to, so you're depending on an appeal. Because 18 credits total.
Oh,
which
for an
would be
entire
3
term?
and 3 for a whole semester. So the term, they don't cap you.
Oh,
you can
you're
do
right,
up to
you're
18
right.
credits in an 8-week term, but you can only do 18 credits total in a whole semester.
And I was about to say that, you can just worry less about your grades, but if your grades are lower, they're less likely to approve an appeal to let you take more.
That's why I
Yeah.
ended up going to 2 schools at a time when I was at Liberty, because they were
Yeah.
like, no, you can't do more. And I was like, well, I can. I just have to go somewhere else.
That is awesome. What was the
It
other
was rough.
school?
I walked across the street to the community college and did
that's
organic
right,
chemistry.
yeah.
I had 22 credits of hard sciences in one semester.
Oh, my
Don't do
goodness.
that.
That's awesome. What a boss. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, you can still finish it in under a year.
Yes.
Pretty easily,
like
I
that
would say. But if you switch your major, you can do it even faster. All right, Airborne Ranger hyphen retired. Liberty University for profit just misses being a diploma mill. Seriously, somebody clearly does not like Liberty University here, and also. Liberty University is not a for-profit. Just a quick Google will show you that it is a nonprofit, and it's far from being a diploma mill. Honestly, it's easy to pick at the quality of any online college without really getting to know the school more. Partially because you look at like graduation rates or things like that, or you just kind of say to yourself, well, they're not in class, so they must not be learning as much. No, I mean, they're just learning differently most of the time. In fact, Liberty, if you go to niche.com and look at how their academics are rated by their students, their academic quality and experience, they're actually rated higher than most of the online classes that we talk about, including SNHU, Thomas Edison, and I think even WGU. So, yeah, I'm not really sure where this comment came from.
I know. There's no foundation for it. There's no like concrete argument or anything. So it's hard to take it too seriously. But just for anybody else that might have seen it, completely false.
This is from an old Q&A video, Q&A 14. Abdullah says, I got a consultation with Lauren, and believe me, they will save you a lot of money and time. Oh, I'm so glad we did this one.
Yeah, he's so nice.
That makes it sound like I was trying to squeeze in some marketing, but I wasn't.
Worked itself out.
It just worked out. You might think you can do it on your own. You don't know as much as they do. I was going to SNHU, and I had a plan to graduate in 8 to 12 months. Lauren opened my eyes to UMPI. Now I'm going to graduate in 4 months. Spend a few $100 to save thousands and hours of time. Thank you, Lauren.
The
That is
backstory to
awesome.
this one, because this is technically something I'm not supposed to do from a business standpoint, but he signed up for a single session telling me he already knew his school and major, and then we got together and I said, are you sure that you know your school and major? Because you could save so much more time and money going this direction, and he had never heard of UMPI before. So that's where this comment came from. So you're welcome.
Nice. Saved him a little extra money. Yeah. And just so we're not ending on a marketing note, it's just pre-VR. It says, did 90 Sophia credits in 1 month and about to finish UMPI in 2 semesters. Easily could have been 1. I didn't get a personal consultation, but you both are 100% the reason why I have a bachelor's. Thank you.
Yay.
And here's somebody from the opposite side who, decided to put in all of that extra time, take extra risk, do extra research. I will say, typically when somebody does a consultation with us, it saves them like 50 hours of time worth of research is what we've been hearing from people. And obviously gives people a lot more confidence going through the process. And we often help them save time and work around things that they might not have known about otherwise. But it warms my heart so much to know that people are out there knocking out bachelor's degrees on their own, just using the resources we put out there for free. And I think that's really cool.
Me too. More into my heart. That's awesome.
But you don't have to do it by yourself, and you can still get a consultation because we're doing a giveaway today.
Yay.
We're going to pick a comment at the, 1 week from when we post this video, and one lucky person is going to get a consultation paid for by actually somebody who used College Hack. No, actually it was somebody who didn't use College Hack, but was so grateful for what we did that they put together like a little scholarship for other people who might want the help from us, which is really cool. If you're out there listening, thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you.
what do we do? Like, you got to tell us why you need a consultation, where you're going, what kind of job you want to get, what it would mean to you, but also...
I always come so ill prepared for these because they always end up being like artsy
Yeah.
or like some sort of like meaningful emotional thing, and that's like I can do that, but it's not my standard like setting. So so throw something at me that I'm ill prepared for. I'm ready.
Favorite state in the U.S.
Oh,
and why? Or no, state that you most identify with
Oh.
and why. And if you're not from here, from the U.S., then
just a territory or a
just
country
a territory region in your country.
Yeah.
So that's all we got, guys. Thanks for watching, and happy hacking.